Hello everybody, Happy New Year. It's Janice. I'm back with more of my memory file that I am now. I have added everything that is going, well, almost everything that's going to go in here. So now I'm just basically embellishing it. So I'm working on this one. This one I have a whole video on how I did this layout. This one won't be as long. As you can see, I'll tell you what I've done already. I made sure to have my anchor right here, and I chose this same. I had a strip of this left, so I used my scrap there. And then I had a scrap left from a previous page, this little flap right here. And so I added an additional, I wanted some kind of black. And so I made it a little, like a little banner thing. And then I set my photo on there, just basically sitting on that line. I like what Glitter Girl says, that, you know, if you're drawing a picture of a house, usually you make a, you know, if you feel like it's floating, it's because it is, so you make the ground. So this applies to scrapbooking as well. So this is my little ground, and then I added the leftover pieces from this long strip over here on the opposite side, and I wrinkled it up a little bit to make it, give it some movement. And then I wanted to bring in the black up here, and so I got this is just a scrap from this paper here, this Creative Imaginations preschool paper, and I cut these little corners here with the pink. We Are Memory Keepers. It's called Photo. Looks like a photo corner type thing. And then I cut the You Did It and the asterisks from Don Juan. And I don't know what size or anything because I was just playing on my Cricut Craft room, and I just, on one mat, I just cut a bunch of different little doodads and things to go on it. Now, the reason it's sparkly, if you can see, is because after I cut it out, I ran it through my Xyron. And for this one, I used let's see, what's this one called? A Create a Sticker. This one. This is a good size to have. I'm trying to think what size. This opening is probably like 2 inches, something like that. So I ran it upside down like this. I ran these little ones through the X one, and the paper I used was a Coordinations, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to cover it with glitter. And then I have a coffee filter. And I dumped some of my Sparkle and Sprinkle Sparkling Snow. And all I do is literally just put them in there. And it is semi-transparent, so it does tone down the red. Now originally I was trying to tie it in with this, with the red of the page next to it, but it turned out different, and that's okay. So what I want to do is, so you see here I've got my You Did It in little asterisks, and so I'm going to say that's the point of my triangle, and so now I want to bring it down so that it creates, again, a visual triangle. So we've got the little thumbs up here, and we're going to thumbs up right here. Some quick dry. I had to throw out my bottle just like Robin did. It did kind of, it was really clogged in. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I just had this bottle that I had transferred my quick dry adhesive to, and it didn't work very well. Jesus saith unto him, now you can't see that H there. That's important. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to see that H there. That's too bad. Maybe if I just turn it a little bit, it won't rip. Maybe. let's take care of that because that's going to bother me. We're just going to, it is paper, you know, we can snip it off. And now we can see the H. These little cards were in preschool, in kindergarten. You can get these from a Becca book. They're ABC verses. So that's cool. So there's my next piece. And then we need something over here. So I have more of the asterisks. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these, layer these over here. It has these little glitter, these little glue booger thingies. So we're going to maybe just put it there. That's a good idea. I like that. Just adding the layer upon layer. I'll just put this one underneath like that because the whole thing did not get glittered because I ran it and I wasn't careful, so it didn't get adhesive on that part. So we'll put this one underneath. Get that glitter booger off of there. I learned that on YouTube. That's not my original term, technical term. One of you taught me that word. Okay, and then there. Okay, so now we've got triangle. Then I've got something else, another element to add. Loving the arrows. Arrows have been around for, well, hundreds of years, but I've been neglecting to use them in my scrapbooking. So I'm going to move this out of the way because we're going to do a little glittering to this. Oh, and what we're going to do to it is, this is hard to see. If you see this kind of like a